Arizona, homeowner's best friend.
As somebody starts, planting their trees, and it gets very addicting. I've got this one now. I've got to try that variety. Now I got to try this one now. Eventually, you're going to run into what they call a cocktail fruit tree, where they've got the root, and then they've got the graft on it. A cocktail one, they've got multiple grafts on it, so you might end up with this branch is supposed to be a Dorset. This branch is supposed to be a Anna. This branch is supposed to be your Arpensteimer.
Your Einshimmer.
Einshimmer. What I know what the rest of our garden, outdoor living, our hosts think about those. What's your opinion?
Well, they can be useful if you got a really small space. I mean, if you want to see an example of one, the Queen Creek Botanical Gardens has a beautiful display. We've got 30 different varieties of apples, just as an example, that are all in the English garden, because the English garden, it's the Rosaceae family is the theme, plants and trees in that section. And we've got a cocktail tree in there. It's a 3-year-old in the ground, and you can see how it's growing. And we'll talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that type. It's better to see it so you can experience the differences. One of the challenges we find is that if you got grafted apples that don't have the same bloom period, you don't get as much production. You don't get the cross-pollination. It's like, for instance, on our tree there, we've got the Anna, the Dorset, we've got a Fuji. So Fuji is kind of the less dominant out of the three, and so its branches are a little more anemic looking than the others. So you don't have a beautiful round tree that you would normally get with a single type or single variety. You're going to have some variation in the growth habits of each type, as well as the bloom time and harvest time. Now, the benefit of that tree is we've got a longer period of harvesting apples from that tree. There's more months that we can keep harvesting. We've got a 4-month time frame with apples on that tree. Whereas a regular tree, you've got about a month and a half. And so that's some of the advantage. You can expand the season, but you're not going to expand necessarily your productivity. So I have less productivity. We definitely have less productivity on the cocktail tree overall, but we have more variety and we have a longer time. So if I'm not eating all my apples and you want just a few apples at a time, that might be a better fit for you.